Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we've got several topics to get into today, including some game announcements and some game delays, but I want to get started here first with this announcement here. European Commission approves Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal. Now this is coming to us from GameIndustry.biz, and Microsoft has agreed to let players stream their Activision Blizzard games on competing services for free. And Microsoft made 10-year commitments to address regulator concerns about cloud streaming and how much that market is growing. And you can see the nice little graph they made here, and you can see their concerns about no access to Activision Blizzard games for cloud streaming and the remedies that would be needed. So Microsoft addressed that with those 10-year deals that they made. And there were other issues of concern about this deal, but the European Commission did agree that Microsoft would have no incentive to withhold games from PlayStation in Europe, mostly because in Europe there's about 4 PlayStation systems for every one Xbox. So financially it doesn't make sense for them to withhold those games from PlayStation. And also, one of the biggest titles here under contention is Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is not a really big franchise in Europe. Now, Brad Smith, who is the Microsoft Vice Chair and President, make a remark on Twitter saying the European Commission has required Microsoft to license popular Activision Blizzard games automatically to competing cloud gaming services. This will apply globally and will empower millions of consumers worldwide to play these games on any device they choose. Now note that he did say globally because they're still trying to get that appeal through the CMA, and the CMA did comment about the UK allowing this deal to go through. The UK, US, and European competition authorities are unanimous that this merger would harm competition in cloud gaming, except that the EU said that there was a fix for that, but we continue. The CMA concluded that cloud gaming needs to continue as a free, competitive market to drive innovation and choice in this rapidly evolving sector. Microsoft proposals accepted by the European Commission today would allow Microsoft to set the terms and conditions for this market for the next 10 years, which I'm not sure how, considering these games would be able to be streamed on these platforms for free, but we'll continue. They would replace a free, open, and competitive market with one subject to ongoing regulation of the games Microsoft sells, the platforms to which it sells them, and the conditions of the sale. This is one of the reasons the CMA's independent panel group rejected Microsoft's proposals and prevented this deal. While we recognize and respect the European Commission is entitled to take a different view, the CMA stands by its decision. So it's not looking like the CMA is planning to budge any on these appeals. And I think the only thing that's going to change the CMA's mind is if there's some more concessions that are made by Microsoft. But at least one more hurdle is crossed with the EU approving this deal, but it may still be a year or more before we finally get a result. And next we have a new MMO game announcement. We have the headline here from VGC. Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings MMO for PC and consoles. Now this game is said to be in very early stages of production, mostly I guess in the concept phase, and the development is being led by Amazon Games Orange County. And this is the studio that did the open world MMO New World, which seemed to have some pretty good success. And as of right now, there's no official release date for this. And I hope we're 3 or 4 years out from this getting released and they don't try to rush it with just sort of a skeleton of a game in order to get people to subscribe. And with MMOs kind of being on the decline here recently and many of them shutting down, I have to wonder how successful this will be. Obviously, we've got name brand recognition and a decent studio working on it. But if it releases with a bunch of gacha mechanics and play to win, I don't think it's going to be very successful. And next we have the announcement of a game delay, and this is coming from the official Hogwarts Legacy Twitter account. Hogwarts Legacy launches on Nintendo Switch on November 14th, 2023. We know fans are looking forward to playing on the Switch, therefore creating the best possible experience is our top priority. Thank you for your patience. And then they remind you that the game is already available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Now, the Switch version was originally supposed to release on July 25th, and now it's been bumped back to the middle of November. And I do have to applaud them of this decision. Hopefully that means the game will come out relatively glitch-free and not having a whole lot of performance issues. I've heard high praise for the PS4 and Xbox One versions that just recently released, so hopefully they're giving the same amount of attention to the performance that those got, so that people who will only be able to play the game on the Switch have a decent port. And then finally we have another game delay announcement, this coming from Skybound Games. And this is in reference to that 2D wrestling game WrestleQuest. And I'm going to skip halfway down here. It says, as we race toward May 2023 finish line to bring this giant of a game up to our standards across all platforms, we also secured a new partnership we are extremely excited about. Unfortunately, this development also resulted in certain issues outside of our control. As such, we wanted to get an update out to everyone that has continued to wave their foam fingers in anticipation. After discussions with Skybound, we agreed that we will be moving the launch of the game to this summer. We are expected to announce the official shiny new confirmed date later this month. So the game won't be making a release this month as was originally planned. And I think the game looks pretty interesting. I've been looking forward to it. And if you are too, it is coming to the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam. So hopefully this might be a game that can kind of fill in the gap, especially on the Switch for the later half of this year. But again, I applaud any studio that's willing to delay a game and make sure that it's in the best shape before it gets released. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we cover catch your attention? Make sure to drop a comment below and let me know. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. Only about 10% of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed, so it would help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching and be good.